In this video, I want to show you how you can just set up MongoDB Atlas and connect it to your ExpressJS projects. Okay, here you can see I have few projects created here, and from this tutorial, actually, I will just start it from the beginning and show you everything what you can do to connect MongoDB on your Node.js and ExpressJS project. Okay, so at the beginning here you can see I am on this website. It is expressjs.com, and if you want to create server easily, then for Node.js, actually ExpressJS is better option. So from here you will click get started, and here you will see a step-by-step installation process how you can create your fast Node.js server. Okay, so for being this, actually you need to Node.js installed on your machine. If you have done, then you can just follow this. Okay, so for doing this, actually the first step is you will create this command. Okay, mkdir, that means you will create a directory, and this is your directory name. Okay, so let's do it. So for doing this, I will just open the terminal. Then so you can see this is my terminal. I will go to a project directory. For example, here if I want to show you, I have lots of directory here. I will go to desktop. Okay, so let me go to cd and then desktop. Now I am on this directory. In this directory, I will create a new project directory. So that's why mkdir. Okay, so let me define mkdir, and here, okay, let me do a little bit zoom so that you can just check it easily. Okay, so here you will type mkdir and then your project name. For example, this is a MongoDB project, so we can simply say MongoDB basics. Okay, something like this, and then press enter. So right now this project folder is created. If I want to show you, so let me go there. If I go to desktop, you can see MongoDB basics project is created here. So these projects you can open it on your Visual Studio Code and then continue all the process. So let me open Visual Studio Code. Okay, and simply drag these projects here. So this is my Visual Studio Code. Let me just, I hope you can see it properly right now. So here, what next? So you will have to follow this process. At first you will just create a project directory and open your project on Visual Studio Code. Then the next thing is that you will have to command this npm init. Okay, so I will back here, then open the terminal, then simply command npm init. Okay, that means we're going to initialize a package.json file, and then we will add a prefix that is actually -y. That's it will actually accept some questionnaires. So that's why let me press enter. Now you can see a package.json file is created based on the project directory name, and here we will have some stuff like this is version, what actually the main file when we run this project. Then here you can just add your author name, then license, and which type of javascript it will use. Here this is actually common.js. Okay, so you will just add your shortcut script here inside this. Okay, so after then what next? Actually look, after then here you will define an entry point. So here it's the example of index.js, but you can see this is index.js. That means whenever you run this app, it will start from index.js. So for this, actually I will create a new project that is new file that is actually index.js, and in this file we will write our code. Okay, so for this tutorial purpose, here we will just need to install ExpressJS. So let me install it. Let me back here, let me clear the terminal, and then we will install ExpressJS. And as we are going to use MongoDB, we will also install MongoDB. Then we can use .env, so to protect our env file, and so on. Okay, so let me press enter. Right now we are going to install ExpressJS, MongoDB, and Node.js, and whenever this is done, you will get it here. Look, it's under this dependency block. You installed .env, that version is here, ExpressJS and MongoDB. Okay, so we are almost done. Next thing is that we'll click this hello world sections, and now here we'll copy this template. Okay, so this is our basic code template, and let me close this. We'll open this index.js file and paste it here. Okay, so that means this is actually a basic server, and this server says hello world. If you run this project, so let me run it. We will run it by using node and then the file name. So the file name is actually index.js. So if I just define index.js, and then now if I press enter, you can see your example app running on port 3000. That means our server is running on 3000. So we'll go to localhost 3000, and if you press enter, you can see this is hello world. So that means your app is working perfectly. Okay, so that's fine. So this is the basic setup, and now we'll move to how to set up MongoDB on our projects. Okay, so for doing this, what you will do, you will go to MongoDB, you will simply search MongoDB, and then you will go to mongodb.com. So here at first you need to create an account. It's completely free to use. For actually free trial, you can just click this get started or just go to sign in. I have already an account, so that's why I will click get started, and then we will just choose my accounts to log in. So let me sign in. So here you can choose your Google account, GitHub, or email address to just log in into your account. So whenever you log in, you will see something like this interface. But what you will do, look here, you will have MongoDB Atlas logo here. You will click here. Now you will create a new project. We'll simply click this new projects. We'll write our project names. So we'll simply say this is MongoDB basics. Okay, something like this, and then we'll click this next. After then you will have to define your project owners, then create projects. You can add members here on this field. Then here, okay, the next thing is that you will have to create a cluster. Okay, so you will simply click this create, and now we'll choose a plan. If you want to use it for page, you can choose M10 or flex plan, but as I'm going to use it for free, we'll choose this third options. And here you will put your cluster name. It's something you actually just define a specific name. By default it's cluster 0. You can keep it, or you can just write your project name. It's actually not much important to have a cluster name here. So by default cluster 0 is okay. Then you will choose a provider. So AWS is okay. So then you will choose your nearest region. Okay, here you can see all the region listed here. I will have by default Mumbai selected, and then we'll click this create deployment. Okay, so that's fine. Now loading your project overview, and your cluster is being created. Okay, so here this is important. So already an IP address is added, database user created, and you need to just copy and save this database user credential. So here this is my user credential, so you will keep it secure. You need this actually. So this is actually for testing purpose. Let me keep it here. For example, I can just put it here as a comment. Then what next? Choose a connection method. Here you will have lots of options, and as we're going to use it on Node.js, here you can see, so access your Atlas data using MongoDB native driver. Okay, I will choose this one, and here you can see for this actually we have to install driver. We have already done that, and here you can see you will have a string. Okay, you can just use it, or you can just view the full code sample. So if you check this, this is the full code sample. Okay, so you can just simply just open toggle this view full code version and copy this, and now back to your projects. And for this actually let me just paste it this portion here in this portion. Okay, so I paste it here. what you will do. So next thing is that here is your URI string. You can just keep it on secure place, so that's why you can just create a env file and keep this URI string there. Let me copy this and I will move it here. So this is MongoDB underscore URI, and we will paste it here. Okay, so right now we'll have to use this string here. So how we can do this? We have already installed .env, so that's why here at the beginning we will require .env. So for example, let me define const.env require.env, and we will configure it by using .env.config, okay, method, using this method. After then here we will replace this string. Look, we will replace this string. Let me reject it. I will just and writing this, we will just simply say process.env, then your env variable name. Okay, so keep it exactly the same thing here what it is here. Okay, after then what you will do, look, everything is fine. Here you will simply close this. So if you keep your database is running always, so you will have to comment out it. Okay, so now here you can see when you have your database perfectly connected, you will see this message on your console. Okay, but before that, let me back here. I will click this done, and then for the flexibility, actually from here we will go to our database and network access, and now we'll add a flexible, and from here we'll go to IP access list. We'll simply define 0.0.0.0 okay, so and we'll just confirm it. Okay, so this will actually though it has security risks, but it's give you a little bit flexibility for now. Okay, so let me give it right now it's pending. Within a few seconds it will be active. Okay, so now we'll back it here, and for now what you will do, I will simply just run our projects again, command node index.js file, and then press enter. So here you can see you will see something like this: pinged your database, you successfully connected to MongoDB. If you get this, that means you can just successfully connected with your MongoDB accounts. And now if you just back here on this cluster section, you will see something like this. Within a few seconds you will see this type of graphs. So this is actually read, writing, then connection, input, output, data size, and you will see something like this. And you can just see monitor or just go to browser collections. Okay, so you can see your collections string is here. If you need to create a database, you can also do that. For example, to create a database, let me show you here. After this database, we will create a database. For example, we will say db, we will say await client.db, and we'll define our database name. So database name can be, for example, MongoDB tutorial, and then we need to create a collections. For example, for this collections we will say collections, and our first collections name is users. So after then, when you have database created and you have a collections, then you can also add something, or you can put your data on the database collection. So for doing this, you can simply say so collections, and we will add a insert one method. So insert one method, and inside this method we can just put anything. For example, you can create a users, and you can just put the users. For example, here we'll create a users, we'll define const user. So user will be an objects, so the objects will have a name, then we'll have email. For example, Johan, something like this. We can have phone number, so we'll just simply define a phone number. Then it can have address or locations, job title, or lots of stuff. For example, we will have something like this. Okay, I just keep these three informations. You can more. Okay, so after then here inside this, let me just turn off this. And here, if we pass these users inside here, then look, this is done. We are just done. What next? We will run our server again. So let me open the terminal and then command node index.js. Okay, we'll have another smart solutions. You can use Mamun to keep your server always running. So if you are just using node then index.js, it will run your server for the first time. Okay, so let me run it again, and now you can see pinged your development and you successfully connected to MongoDB. Okay, so if MongoDB is connected, then if I came here and refresh, so you will see MongoDB tutorial. So this is your database name. Then inside this, you will have a collections name, that is user, and inside this user, you will have your user. Look, the exact name you have defined here. So email and the phone number. So all of this stuff is there. If you need to add more users, or you can just do some CRUD operations, you can just do something like here. You can have API routes to do that. So you can just do lots of stuff. If you need to have more tutorial on this, you can just leave a comment. I will just provide more tutorial on this specific topic. So thank you for today. And if you face any problem, just leave a comment. I will try to create another video to solve your problem.